The Imperial flagship Crimson Sovereignty hung in the void like a jeweled dagger, its hull reflecting the light of a dying star. Inside the observation deck, Essa stood with his hands clasped behind his back, watching the evacuation ships flee the doomed colony below. He didn't flinch when the door hissed open behind him, though every instinct screamed danger. "Human!" came a voice, like silk draped over broken glass. "You dare stand in my presence with your back turned?" Essa glanced over his shoulder. The woman, no, the being, who entered was magnificent in a way that defied simple description. Scales of iridescent crimson and gold traced elegant patterns along her neck and arms, disappearing beneath royal garments that seemed woven from starlight itself. Her eyes were vertical slits of molten amber, and when she moved, it was with the fluid grace of a predator who had never known fear. "Do you know who I am?" she demanded, her voice rising with imperial authority. Essa turned fully to face her, and his lips curved into the kind of smile that had gotten him into and out of countless situations across 17 systems. "Yeah," he said casually. "Galaxy's hottest." The temperature in the room seemed to drop 10 degrees. The dragon woman's scales flared outward, a threat display that would have sent lesser beings scrambling for cover. "I am Empress Maya of the Draconis Imperium. I have burned worlds. I have ended bloodlines. I have—" "You have about 16 minutes before that star goes supernova and takes this entire system with it," Essa interrupted, gesturing toward the viewport. "So maybe we skip the whole tremble before me routine and focus on not dying?" Maya's claws extended with an audible snick. "You insolent!" She advanced on him, and for a moment, Essa wondered if he'd finally pushed his luck too far. Her hand shot out, grabbing the front of his jacket and lifting him effortlessly off her feet. Their faces were inches apart, and he could feel the heat radiating from her scales, could smell ozone and cinnamon and something ancient and terrible. "Give me one reason," she hissed, "why I shouldn't incinerate you where you stand." Essa met her gaze without flinching. "Because I'm the only one who knows how to get your flagship out of here before the shockwave hits." Her eyes narrowed. "My navigators?" "Are all dead or dying," Essa said quietly. "That distress signal you picked up? It wasn't from the colony, it was from me. The Kashari plague hit your crew 3 hours ago. I'm immune, being human and all. Lucky for you, I used to pilot Draconis warships during the frontier campaigns." Maya's grip loosened slightly. "You fought in the campaigns? For which side?" "Does it matter?" Essa asked. "Right now, I'm on the side of not becoming plasma." "Are you?" For a long moment, they stared at each other. Then, slowly, Maya set him back on his feet. Her scales smoothed back down, though her expression remained thunderous. "Fine. Get us out of here, human. But when we're safe, you and I will have words about your demeanor." "Looking forward to it, Your Majesty," Essa said with a mock bow. Then he was moving, his hands flying over the navigation console with practiced efficiency. "Strap in. This is going to be rough." Maya secured herself in the command throne, her claws digging into the armrests. "I've weathered worse." "Have you weathered a Class 7 stellar detonation at point-blank range while threading through a collapsing wormhole?" "No." "Then trust me, this is worse." The Crimson Sovereignty lurched into motion, its engines screaming as Essa pushed them beyond their rated capacity. The viewport filled with fire as the star's outer layers began to shed, and proximity alarms shrieked throughout the ship. Essa's fingers danced across the controls, making micro-adjustments that kept them ahead of the expanding death behind them. "There," Maya said, pointing. "The Helix Gateway." "Already on it," Essa replied. The ancient jump gate loomed ahead, its ring structure crackling with unstable energy. "This is going to be close." "How close?" "Very." The ship dove toward the gate, alarms reaching a fever pitch. Behind them, the star finally died, unleashing a fury of radiation and superheated matter that consumed everything in its path. The shockwave caught them just as they entered the gate's event horizon, and the entire ship shuddered violently. Then they were through, emerging in the calm darkness of normal space. Essa killed their velocity and sagged back in his chair, sweat beading on his forehead. "Told you. Close." Maya rose from her throne, her movements deliberate and measured. She approached Essa slowly, and he tensed, ready for anything. But instead of striking him, she did something unexpected. She laughed. It started as a low rumble in her chest, then grew into something genuine and almost musical. "Galaxy's hottest," she repeated, shaking her head. "No one has spoken to me like that in 3 centuries. "Sorry?" Essa offered, though he didn't sound particularly apologetic. "Don't be." Maya studied him with new interest. "What's your name, human?" "Essa. Just Essa." "Well, just Essa," Maya said, her lips curving into something that might have been a smile. "It seems I owe you a debt. The Draconis Imperium does not forget its debts. You saved my life, my ship, and what remains of my crew. Name your reward." Essa considered for a moment, then grinned. "How about dinner? I know this great place on Theta Station, assuming you don't mind slumming it with us lesser beings." Maya's eyebrow arched. "You want dinner?" "Yeah. You know, food, conversation, maybe find out why an empress was all alone on a dying world. Unless that's too human for you?" For the first time since entering, Maya looked genuinely surprised. Then, after a long pause, she nodded. "Very well, Essa. Dinner. But if you're as bold with your meal choices as you are with your words..." "You'll love it," Essa promised. "Trust me." And somehow, as the Crimson Sovereignty set course for Theta Station, the most powerful ruler in the known galaxy found herself almost believing him. End.